Guys, Camper 15 back at it with another video for you guys.
That was loud. No, that was loud. Wow.
Okay. Um, Back at it with another video for you guys. We're finally back with my co-host, Red Wolf. He was out for the past 2 weeks, but
Two weeks.
we're back. We're
I
finally
was,
back.
I was only out for 1 week. What the heck?
You weren't on the last episode review.
That's fair.
Anyways, My Hero
Just 1 week
Academia
then.
Go on.
It was just 1 week then.
You missed last 2 weeks of My Hero.
Ugh. Whatever, man.
Anyways, we're back with more MHA Vigilantes as we continue on with this show. My boy missed out on Makoto Tsukauchi. Do you
Eh,
simp?
hmm?
Do you simp? Is
Hmm.
she going to be added to your MHA list of girls?
Hmm. Hard to say. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I need to think about it actually.
Anyways, what's your thoughts on her, the dynamic that's going on between her and Koichi?
Well, at least I know Koichi has a crush at least.
And Popset doesn't like it.
Yep.
I told you, Popstep does have feelings for Koichi.
Dude, I know she has a crush on Koichi, but the question is, does Koichi have a crush on her? I don't
More
think
than
so.
likely, no, but we'll see. She's got to play pretend girlfriend next week, though.
Hmm.
Anyways, this episode we get introduced to another new character, a character we haven't even seen at all in the main show. And his name, what is his hero name?
Captain Celebrity, also known as Captain Catastrophe.
He was a very interesting character, to say the least.
Eh,
Very interesting character.
not gonna lie, the moment I saw him on the opening, I was like, yeah, he's exactly how I imagined him he would be.
So, yes. Anyways, we start the episode off after the amazing opening. Again, that is just a banger. If we get a second season, keep this fucking opening, please, and thank you. I do not change it, but I know they are going to change it because you want to know why?
It's this anime.
They do with every damn anime.
Yes. Although they actually keep the same opening for the entirety of Yu Yu Hakusho. So who knows?
Well, because guess what? That anime was made in the 90s. There was different
So
compared to
so
today.
so 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 was Kenshin, so was Rurouni Kenshin, but they actually changed the openings back then.
Well, that's too bad.
So that's a really bad argument, my friend. So keep going.
I'm not going to do this today. I already
If I keep
promised
going.
this guy that I'd go over to his house so we can prepare for San Diego and then watch Steins Gate so I can shut him up to say that I do not watch any of his animes. But it doesn't matter. We'll get there in a few hours. Anyways, we start the episode off with a chase. Motorcycle and Koichi just zooming along. This motorcycle guy's got long legs, to
Mhm.
say the least. That's his quirk. And when it looks like, eventually that what happens is Captain Celebrity shows up and saves Koichi, but at the same time stops the one villain. And basically, this is when he introduces himself as Captain Celebrity. We also find out, apparently, I guess, the episode said he was the #1 pro hero in the United States. So we are introduced to the character that was the #1 pro hero before Star and Stripe. Rest in peace.
Apparently so.
I take it once he moved over to Japan, that's when Star and Stripe took control and was named the new #1 hero in the United States.
Or at least
Again,
sometime later.
again, I don't know why. Now, again, remember, this manga was basically created in the heyday of while the main series was going on. So we don't know what happens. Does he potentially die? I don't know. Could he be one of Hero Killer Stain's first hero killers, more than likely. Again, it's
Yeah.
like I said in my last week's review, which my friend did not probably check out, but I already have potential death flags for even Makoto Tsukauchi, just from the standpoint we don't even see her at all in MHA. But we see later on in this episode, she knows Captain Celebrity. She works with Captain Celebrity, I guess, in his agency as one of his cheer squadrons. So I'm guessing more than likely she may have moved to the United States. Other than that, I still got death flags on Makoto, which would make
Mhm.
sense why Tsukauchi warned her, I don't want you getting involved with any hero stuff. But again, that's my red flag statement. Again, for people who didn't listen to my review last week, that's where I feel on Makoto. She either moves away out of Japan or she dies. That has an effect on Tsukauchi. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways. So, Captain Celebrity is acting all flamboyant and cool and everything, and he signs Koichi's All Might shirt, and Koichi does not like that because he's like, "You do know how limited edition this is," and Captain Celebrity's like, "Please, All Might, he's just a hero that punches a lot and puts on this fake smile to make everybody look good. See, you gotta turn to somebody like me. I'm actually doing the hero work over here." And he just brooms off away and everything.
Stain, come kill this man.
This then leads to a funny scene in Koichi's house to where he basically hates the guy as he's washing out the autograph. And you have it on Knuckle Duster. That's when he gave the name about how, oh yeah, this guy is basically known as Captain Catastrophe because he fucks up situations and he's basically a part of. Apparently, this guy has a bunch of fucking lawsuits, which we later find out one of his fucking lawsuits is with his own damn wife over fucking cheating with other these fucking women. This wife, like, I want my money if you're gonna be cheating.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're married, do not cheat. First, that's number one. Do not cheat on your woman. And number two, don't do something where you're gonna have your woman wanting to put a lawsuit on you because they will take your money, especially if it's child support.
Yep.
So I found that quite funny. Pops that makes a mention like I've never seen Koichi act this way about somebody, and Koichi just absolutely hates this man's guts. He sounds like he hates everything the man walks, stands on, and it even gets even heightened when he finds out like, oh, Makoto's in on this too?
Hmm.
All right, so we get a few montages where he goes around to save some people, but Captain Celebrity shows up and kind of disrupts that and everything. Now you do get one scene where he goes to save these two people. Koichi goes to save these two people in this, I guess this building. Captain Celebrity comes in the nick of time to be like, "Oh, I'll help you." What does this fool do?
Make Koichi carry the big dude and he carries the woman.
Yes, and this makes Koichi literally like,
Wouldn't it
"What?"
make more sense for you to carry the big guy?
Yes.
And then he goes, well, no, it only makes more sense for me to carry the pretty lady.
I can't take this guy seriously. I can't. I can't. So after that happens, he basically gets like I guess his like a pup group celebrating with him and everything, and it's a bunch of chicks all around him and everything. And who do you find out is part of his little cheerleading group?
This shocked me. Makoto was part of that group also.
Yes, Makoto, the Bay Makoto. Now Koichi is like, what is she doing with this dude over here? It honestly, frustrates me and makes me jealous. And you just have it where Pops that's like, oh, because if you remember last week, she did not like this girl because she was stealing Koichi timer. And you just see Pops of just like, oh, brother, here we go. He's simping for a girl when he's got a girl right over here. And she kind of plays off. She's like, well, they're wearing very revealing skirts and short skirts and everything. And Koichi looks over at her because she's one to talk, right?
Yeah, this is different. This is for my performance and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The thing is, she's mad because she's like, why is he, looking at this girl and she's doing all this stuff, but I do the same exact shit and he won't look at me. Again, I love the dynamic of Pop Step, the fact that this girl's legitimately jealous of this Koichi being infatuated with another girl. They eventually Makoto sees Koichi, and she's like, "Oh, it's the crawler, because you are the crueler." Remember, obviously, I
Oh
still
yeah,
can't.
I forgot to mention. Yeah, it took me a while to like understand why when she used her quirk on him, why when he said no, I'm not the crueler. But then I realized, oh yeah, he's actually not the crueler. He's the crawler. Okay.
Yes. Now they go run away and everything because they're like, we don't want to associate with her. Plus, Koichi does not want to give his identity away to her. Um, I still have a feeling eventually she's going to find out. Um, she is portrayed as a very smart character. I think
Mhm.
she's going to find out that Koichi clearly is the freaking vigilante running around. So that's the thing. Now they're hiding away. Now Captain Cool, he goes over, or Captain Cool, I guess you could say Captain Cool if you want to put quotation marks around him. Mr. Celebrity, is legitimately hitting on Makoto, and he's like, "Hey, why don't we, catch up and take this somewhere else? We can go on a date." And she's like, "Oh." Now, she's completely just like not even listening to this guy. Like, it's like as if she's turning this guy down. And this dude's thinking like, "Oh, she's into me and everything, right?" And she's like, and he's like, "Why not we go spend something in our penthouse?" And she's like, "Okay, that sounds great. Let's do this. We can do some hero work and stuff like that." And he's like, "Let's go." Meanwhile, Koichi's like, he should not be going out on a date with her. That should be me. The Yu-Gi-Oh meme. It shouldn't be him. It should be me.
Should have been me, not him.
Every time. Listen, I always love it when I see these random Joes have this hot ass girlfriend on social media. They keep posting it, and then these idiots, these fucking goons, post that fucking Yu-Gi-Oh fucking meme because they got no better thing to do with their fucking life. It should have been me. Obviously, people do it with the cheerleaders. I know with wrestling, because I watch wrestling, a lot of people do it with the women wrestlers that are just fucking snacks, right? Yes. Yes.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Again, people are just fucking goons and they're fucking stupid shits. If you really need a hot ass girl, one, have the confidence to go talk to one. If she says no, then move on. Other than that, go on a dating website. Anyways, the following day, Pop Step and Koichi, morally Koichi, is literally trying to, I want to say, well, technically stalking or spying in on this date. Pop Step's only joined him because she just doesn't like the fact that this man is thirsting over Makoto. I don't know where this romance is gonna go. I just find it hilarious that this girl who's listen, the romance for Pop Step, the feeling she has for Koichi makes sense. He saved her back when she was a kid. Um, Makes complete sense. I adore
Yeah.
it. I hope Endgame is Koichi and Pop Step, but we'll see. I don't think it will be, but man can dream. Anyways,
Right now it's a love trifecta. Koichi for Makoto, but obviously Makoto's oblivious. But Pop Step is in love with Koichi, but obviously he's oblivious to hers.
so we'll see. Will Koichi, I guess, be like any other shonen protagonist? Will he be like freaking Deku if he ever gets the girl too? I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll find out if Deku gets the girl at the end of MHA.
Mhm.
Anyways, so eventually Captain Celebrity catches in on them and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing spying on us, young man?" And basically that's when Makoto's like, "Oh, this is my underclassman," and everything, right? And
Hmm.
you know, they end up going out on the on one. Captain Celebrity is like, "Oh, we're going out on a date, so you can interrupt us." And I'm just like, this dude is a fucking moron. So they go to this expensive ass restaurant while Makoto's trying to talk business, right? This man is legitimately like, come on, Makoto, let's take something else. Let's go somewhere else. We can, this man is legitimately trying to basically bang her. Mind you, this girl's a college student. He's a grown ass
Yeah.
man. That's all I gotta say there. But
Li-
mind you,
li-
she's like a senior, right? She's like a
yeah.
senior. So she's of age to basically do that stuff, but I just find it funny. Like the man was legitimately about to kiss um her freaking forehand, and then Makoto gets a call. She's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" I forgot his wife's name. And the dude's like, "Wait, who are you talking to?" And he's like, "Oh, it's your wife. You don't know?" And he's like, "How did you get that number?" He's like, "Oh, we talked, we caught up, and we engaged in conversation, and we gave each other phone number. She just wanted me to make sure that you weren't doing anything sleazy like hook up with any other girls." And my man's face went from happiness to straight up dread. He was like, "Oh fuck." And he legitimately leaves because he's got to go do hero work. And when I tell you, he saves these two girls. These girls are like, "Captain Celebrity, come
Wait,
on!" And he's like,
wait. Now's the time, ladies, and then he flies out. And then he sees Koichi and goes, "Hey, can you help me out for a bit?" And then he drags Koichi up. And then little do we know, he starts taking pictures with Koichi, which apparently he's trying to make a scene where he's just taking pictures of all his fans.
"Yes,"
But Koichi,
because,
after looking at all these pictures, he's like, "I look like a freaking hostage."
and the reason why is his wife is legitimately gonna put a lawsuit on his ass if she actually cheats on him.
Hmm.
That's absolutely crazy. Now, my thing is this for this guy: why not just get a divorce?
The money, I guess.
I
The money.
I, I guess so. I guess
Yeah,
so.
and his wife is about to make him pay. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, she seems like that type of wife who's like, if I don't get my fucking money, oh, you're in trouble. So, hey, listen, it's good on him or good on her for basically cracking that whip and say, "Don't try me, bitch."
Hmm.
So this man arguably has to try to hit on girls without his wife seeing him. Now, we know Koichi's mother's gonna come. It's gonna be a funny ass episode if we see the wife come and is literally just like, "I know you're not hitting on girls, are you?" So that's what happens next. At the end of the episode, it's basically revealed that Koichi finds out from his dad. Um, uh, Finally, an MHA protagonist that finally we get revealed that he actually has a father. Not Deku.
So his father's still alive. Okay. Yeah. Your voice cut off.
Hello?
There you go.
Sorry, but I don't give a shit. We don't even get revealed whoever the hell Deku's father is by the time the story's over.
That is true.
I'm just gonna presume that Deku's father is dead. Or he's too busy in the United States working and he actually remarried somewhere. And maybe his dad and his mom got a divorce. That was my only thing about Horikoshi. I will say with the conclusion of MHA, I wish we got a little bit more insight on. Still to this day, he doesn't. Now, we have actually been getting some one shots post MHA,
Hmm.
finding out what's been going on, but I'll keep that to myself. Anyways, Koichi's mother is like, "Hey, your mother's coming back to see you," and he's very worried. And Pops is like, "Why are you worried about your mom?" Like, and Koichi's like, "You don't understand. My mom is one of the strictest people in the entire world. If she finds out I'm a loser, she'll make me move back to the boonies." And he's like, "I gotta have this. I gotta have a girlfriend." And Popstep gets all flustered and everything. She's like, "Oh, what?" And I'm like, "Come on, Popstep. You can. Pretend to be his
He
girlfriend.
he did not do that. But
Yeah. She ends up running away. Obviously, she runs away flustered. And then the moment she runs away, Mother's right there.
that was fast. That was fast.
The mother legitimately goes in. He gives her some tea. He's like, "Hi, Mother. How you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well."
Now then, where is this girlfriend you speak of? I'm like, oh.
And next week, we see in the next episode preview, Pop's about to be this man's imagine fake ass girlfriend, just to impress his mom, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta go pick up my mom's food, and I don't want my mom to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Hit that subscribe button, and we will be back with more MHA content next week. No, yeah, next week. We'll be back by next week. Anyways, catch you guys later. Till then, guys, peace.